right, I get to introduce another friend of mine. Leslie Sheilds is the principal agent and owner of Sheilds Agency, specializing in health insurance solutions for small businesses, entrepreneurs, and nonprofits. With 10 years of industry experience, she's passionate about creating strategic, client-focused solutions. She resides in Fort Worth with her husband, Chris, who owns Fuel and Spark, a video production company, and also their energetic 4-year-old son, Harrison, who will be at the pajama party
in Grinch jammies. He's ready.
And that is a pajama party, just FYI. You know, you get to see Santa and you get to wear matching pajamas with your family. Like, what could be better? Fun fact about Leslie, I didn't know this. She studied abroad and lived in Ireland for 6 months during her senior year of college. With that, please help me welcome Leslie Sheilds talking about Next Level Benefits.
So I bought Grinch jammies for all 3 of us to wear on Saturday. We'll see if I get my husband out of the house with the Grinch jammies. He decided that they were not meant for regular sized men. That's after I ordered them and we tried them on. So I have to give you a little backstory, you guys, on this presentation. So most of you have seen me over the last few weeks. I have this like very injured thumb because I was in a knife fight. And so I had to realized on Friday morning I could not actually create my own presentation. And I got on Tanglewood Moms, which is a Facebook group, if you know, you know, and begged for a graphic designer to help me right then. And I had a woman jump on and say, my son had surgery. Lots of people have been helping him. I want to give back and help you. So she created an amazing presentation with my branding and Canva for me for free, would not let me pay her on Friday. So I'm very thankful. So I own an insurance agency, and so what I'm going to talk to you guys about today is hopefully not all boring health insurance stuff, but some information on some out-of-the-box perks that we've kind of come across that some companies are using to reward their employees. Okay. And I think you guys get copies of the slides, but if you want to I'm not going to read all this to you, so if you want to take pictures of anything, feel free. So some of the things we're going to go over are going to be out-of-the-box perks, customizing your rewards, and simplifying health insurance. And really what I'm going to focus on is some of the things we use in my business, some of the things my business isn't quite where we're ready to use the things, but I have worked with clients who are implementing them and their employees are appreciative. So out of the 3 things we're going to talk today, out of the box perks, custom rewards, and health insurance, you guys don't have to tell me, but just think, which one of these would you like most to strengthen your company? So just kind of keep that in your mind as we're going along through everything today. And if you have questions about anything afterwards, you can feel free to reach out to me. And if it's not something we do in-house, then it's something I have partners who can help you with. One of the things that I get asked about a lot is my company has flexible PTO. And so as a reward, as a company culture, as who we are, I've been in the business almost 10 years. I formed my agency during COVID, when I was pregnant and had hyperemesis gravidaeosis and could not get out of bed. And so I had to learn really quickly to be flexible. And then I built my team. They're actually all a lot of moms, and they work on a very flexible schedule. My office between 8:30 in the morning and 9 is pretty quiet. Everybody's doing drop-off. Same with 2:30 to 3:30 in the afternoon. Everyone's doing drop-off. So it's just a culture that we have within my organization. So flexible PTO. I see a lot of questions asked. It scares people. Can I see a show of hands who does flexible PTO in their companies? Yeah?
Define flexible PTO.
Flexible PTO, unlimited.
Actually, I don't have unlimited. I have minimum required.
Okay. What does that mean?
They have to take 2 weeks of vacation. They have to take 5 consecutive days.
Okay, that's great. I love that.
Because otherwise, we found
They weren't taking it, exactly. And so we're going to talk about that too. One of the big complaints that I've heard is in a flexible PTO culture, a lot of times people won't actually take it because they're afraid to take it. And so I think my belief is that comes from your company culture. And so it's continuously encouraging, like Brooke set the culture, that you have to take at least 5 days. And then for me, especially because I have a lot of moms, they're going to school programs, they're going to doctor's appointments, they've got kids stuff. And so we're very, very flexible. And for us, it comes all down, if you're scared, a lot of it comes down to the management. And that can be very well where somebody has to submit using, your HR payroll platform. Somebody has to submit the request. It has to be approved. They have to get a partner or someone on their team. If their job is answering the phone, somebody has to answer the phone that week. If they have a project that has to be done by a certain deadline, it doesn't mean you should take 2 weeks off before that's done. And so it is flexible. It can be approved. And I think defining clear expectations. Now, I have not set blackout periods. I think I might. We had somebody take a week off this year during open enrollment. So fourth quarter for my business is insane. And she's been with us 3 or 4 years. She knew what she was doing. I was like, okay, I trust you. Get your stuff covered. But then when she came back, her job dissatisfaction got real high because it was a very poor time of year to take off. And so what I learned from that, reflecting on that, is I don't want her to be unhappy with her job because she took her flexible PTO at a time that came back and kicked her own ass. And so we're just some talking about that, kind of learning and working with the team on that situation. Some of the suggestions, if you have a larger company, annual PTO planning, like Brooke's suggestion, could fall under that as well. The coverage planning and the tracking tools. Company culture, respect is a core value. I think where I set this as a leader is if I send somebody a Teams message at 3 p.m. on a Sunday and they respond to me, my answer is stop working. Like, why did you just answer me at 3 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon? Stop working. If they're responding to me as the owner and I'm getting stuff done at 10 o'clock at night because maybe I had a kid thing from 9 to noon that day, or I had an EO event all day and I need to catch up in the evenings, then that's when I catch up. And that's my flexible schedule too, but they don't have to be on my schedule. So it comes from me, the top down, implementing that core value. And then people who abuse the PTO aren't following your core values. And if your core values are documented, we can let someone go for that. Okay. How would flexible PTO improve your team's morale and productivity? What challenges do you foresee in implementing it? Anybody got anything? Cheryl.
So we've had people who were not necessarily Christians, even though we're a Christian company and we're Christian owners. We have done flexible PTO in the sense that they can take their own religious holidays and they can swap that out.
So a swap.
They don't have to take Christmas off, but they can take, Ramadan off.
Okay. Anything else? So this is one of the other personalized benefits and custom rewards is a lifestyle account. Has anybody heard about a lifestyle account? Yeah. So I've even had a company that we worked with in order to give their C team, so their execs, better health insurance and Cadillac benefits than they did necessarily the rest of the team, because you have to contribute the same to all. If you pay 50% for your $15 an hour staff, you have to do 50% for the execs. Well, they wanted to cover all of their execs' health insurance benefits, and they used the lifestyle account to do so. So it can pay for a number of different things, and you work with an administrator, a lifestyle account administrator, to set that up and to define how people can use it. So it's a really nice benefit.
So it's just money you put.
Yeah. So it's structured because otherwise that way it's not counted as like just extra income. Yeah. Okay. If you had a lifestyle spending account, what expense or benefit would you most likely to use it for? Wellness, education, or something else? So one of the things that you could do with this is implement your core values. So if having continuous education or allowing some of your employees to go and finish their college degree or get one is a core value for you and your company, this can be used to implement it. If wellness is important to you and them having a gym membership or access to numerous whatever wellness programs that you find important, a lifestyle account can help pay for that.
So you can define what's covered?
You can define, yeah.
100%.
You can define it. Yeah, there's some parameters in there, but pretty much these are the examples of the kind of things that you can cover.
So you can say travel, personal
Yeah.
travel is covered.
There's tax benefits to
Yeah, there's tax benefits to that. Yep, that's why you set it up in an account, an administrated account, instead of just giving them money for like income. Dependent care, has everybody heard about this, FSA? Yep, where you can pay for not only child care, but elder care and special needs care. Yeah, okay. Food for thought. If again, these benefits are all a way to not only benefit your employees, but to reinforce your core values. What dependent care needs do you think would resonate most with your employees? Anybody? In my company, it would definitely be childcare. I have a bunch of young moms.
My company would be elder care.
Elder care.
A lot of aging parents.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're going to touch on health insurance. I'm like flying through this, y'all. 25 minutes goes fast. So health insurance simplified. This is what primarily my agency helps companies with. And we're talking about one of the reasons to offer benefits. So at 50 employees, you have to offer. That's mandated. A lot of companies choose to offer beneath 50 employees for multiple reasons. One is recruitment and retaining employees. If you tell your employees to go find their own benefits in the state of Texas, that's rough. That's a rough thing to tell them because we don't have a great individual market. So if you're looking at recruiting and retaining, offering a competitive benefits package is a way to do that. One of the things that I've heard, actually through Eccentric and a lot of EO business owners, is they don't realize that as a small company, there are options for them outside of their payroll provider. So even as a small company, 2, 3, 5, 10 employees, you can use to go to the open market, and there are options outside of going through your Gusto or your PDP to save money. And there are some very strategic options out there that will work with even smaller companies. And one of those options is going to be the level funded. Those are underwritten health insurance plans that can save people 20 to 40%. I won't go into all the details on that because it gets very complicated, but just want to make sure that you guys have that word in your vocabulary for level funded. One of the things that we focus on, especially as our population is aging, is Medicare integration. The ways you can do that, how you can do that legally, because within your company, there are requirements. You have to follow certain regulations. You can't just kick people over the age of 65 off your plan. I've seen that happen. You can't do that. The government gets real mad about that. But you can encourage them. And the rules on that are continuously changing because as of 2025, most employer plans are not credible for Medicare. And because of that, we're going to see continuous changes on the employer-Medicare relationship. So if you have older employees, something to pay attention to. And then staying compliant. Literally, I could go on for days of really boring technical information on compliance. The most important piece I want you guys to take away on that is you should have someone helping you with your compliance. If you are offering benefits, there's compliance. Which of these strategies, competitive benefits, cost-saving plans, or compliance, do you feel is the biggest area for improvement in your current offerings? Just another thought. Quick, lots of information. Do you guys have any questions for me? Any thoughts? Hopefully, yeah, question from the guy in the corner.
So a lot of times when you're advising groups, hey, you have a lot of people on Medicare age that should qualify to go to Medicare and get off your company's policy.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned there's a way to do that.
Mm-hmm.
There's no really good way to tell them, hey, you are now going to Medicare if you're getting off our group health. Yeah. What's the best way to advise people?
So if you have less than 20 employees, you can actually help pay for their Medicare. Because that's why a lot of people don't make the move, is if you're contributing 50, 60, and in the nonprofit space in particular, people pay 100% of benefits. So your Medicare eligible will stay on your plan because you're paying for it. It's going to cost them more If you're not helping offset the cost of Medicare plan, then they have to cover that entire cost, right? They're Part B, they're Part D, if they go with a supplement, and they're like, why would I make that? You're paying for everything over here, I'm not going anywhere. So depending on the size of your company, there's some, and for me to figure this out, you guys, this is what I do. I had to like have a compliance attorney friend of mine we had to dig hard. And I think that's because it's going to be continuously changing with all of the new changes to Medicare. So you can help offset the cost, and that's going to be a really good strategy to encourage them to move along, because it does really affect everybody else's rates. So, any other questions? Hopefully that's helpful. Health insurance is, oh yeah.
On the lifestyle account,
Yes.
is that something you could limit to the executive team?
Yeah, you can carve it out. There are some parameters that you can, so my compliance attorney friend, she's the one who introduced me to these accounts, and I'll tell you, I'm not the knowledge expert on lifestyle accounts, but she is. And so basically when you write out your document, you have to get really definitive on who it's for, what it's for, just to make sure you're compliant. Yeah, not the expert, but it was something I thought you guys should know about that exists.
So, just a shout out, I do work with Leslie, but we pay 100% of our health insurance for our team, but we have separate plans that are specific for executives versus the rest of the team as their specific plans too. So that's how we worked it out to make that little shift.
To work, yeah. And we can help you guys with the language that
100% for both, yeah. I also had a question on the lifestyle account. Can that apply to international employees?
I don't know the answer to that. I could find out for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I guess on that note, would you have any other creative ideas for benefits for international employees outside of like flexible PTO?
So one of the things that we've done within my company is we did, in terms of intrinsic rewards, we did a survey that asked them, and honestly, like asked ChatGPT to help you build a survey. Hey, what can I ask my employees to find out what's the most important motivator for them? Is it cash bonuses? Is it trips? Is it gift cards? Is it planning a spa weekend with the rest of the team? What is important to them? And because I think it's cash, but then it's not always cash, right? So people have different things that they value. And so that's the kind of benefit that I think you could use with an international team, is to build out custom rewards. Okay, hopefully that gave you guys a little bit more information about, the health insurance is not the most exciting topic in the world, but I tried to find a couple of things that you guys may not know about to share with you. I appreciate Cheryl asking me to do this. I am not a professional speaker. I am trying to get on every stage I can, and so thank you so much, Cheryl, for the opportunity.